God's wonder-working power, as Pastor Prince Abba brings you God's word with simplicity, wisdom, and power. God bless you.
4 days of changing your life. 4 days of turning things around. I don't know, maybe you're used to programs. I'm the kind of person who knows that every new program is God's new agenda for a new season. I don't see programs as normal. Maybe you're used to programs. For this program, I believe there's something definite and new God wants to do. And then I want to give you a few instructions that will help you. Maybe you came here to look around. Maybe you came here to check on someone. Maybe you came here to check on someone's shoe. You're already making a big mistake. If you came in here for a prophetic shift and push your destiny, do these few things I'm going to instruct you about. This is 4 days of intensive prayer. If you want to pray, nobody's stopping you. If you want to fast, nobody's stopping you. 4 days of intensive prayers. 4 days of intensive worship. When you see me on the keyboard, burning my voice and singing, don't think I came to impress you. Don't think I came to show you how talented I am. I'm combining some concussion. There are some concussion I'm combining. Because this year will not end until the things that are spoken concerning my life, concerning my ministry, have been bettered. 2020 is pregnant. This year is already rounding up. Somebody has got to prepare. Somebody has got to get himself ready for what God is about to do in the coming year. These are not times to celebrate weakness. These are times to get us from your slumber and put on thy strength, put on thy clothes, and begin to war a good warfare. The Bible talked about fighting the good fight. Paul said, I have fought the good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. There's a good fight to fight. If you want that breakthrough, it won't come by staring at the problem. It will come by speaking some words. It will come by doing some things in the spirit. It will come by praying in the spirit. It will come by doing some intensive worship. It will come by some prophetic function. I didn't come here to celebrate weakness. I didn't come here to celebrate my problems. I came here to shut my mind from the things going on around the world and put my attention on the only one who can help me. Until God becomes your absolute help. Until all that you are, it builds on Him. Until all that you do focuses on Him. You're not ready for a shift. These 4 days, switch your phone if you have to. Hello somebody. Can I hear you make some noise? Say, hello somebody. If you can, switch up your phone. If you can, pay the price. This 4 days. This 4 days. This 4 days. This 4 days. Stories will change. I am not hearing your amen. You didn't come for press word. I am not hearing your amen. Let me ask you, how many of you are really tired of your current levels? If you are tired, then how many of you are angry? Do you know the most annoying thing to do in life is to put a shark in an aquarium? You're not yet angry. Some of you are still calm about your destiny. Still calm. I came here to do rugged things. That's what I came here to do. Are you coming to impress me with my dressing? No. I came here for a rugged prophetic season. Something has got to break loose. Something has got to happen. If you have something you have been trusting God to maybe a miracle, a breakthrough, something you just want to happen somehow, and it's been delayed, look at your season. The pool is being stirred. The pool is being stirred. The pool is being stirred already. Don't be the one saying, I have no man to push me in. Don't be the one saying there's nobody who can take me to the pool. It is being stirred now. And angels are here to launch you in. Don't be the one left behind. These 4 days, I'm sorry, I may not be preaching. I'll be doing more prophetic. You better be the one who is smart to catch when the chariot starts moving. Elijah said to Elisha, if you see me when I'm taken, there's an anointing in this house right now. He said, if you see me when I'm taken, Gideon, I had a word in my spirit for you. 2020 is your year. I'm coming to you soon. You're going to see. You see, when he was speaking, I was shocked. He told you about the tape he has been listening to. He said he has all my message. It really shocked me. And I don't remember giving it to him. He said he has all. He quoted one message he listened to, quoted the month and the year. It shook me. The date and the year. It shook me. Even me don't remember the day I preached that message. I can't even remember it. I may need to go and search to find out if I have a message like that. But that is what it takes to launch him. If you be willing and obedient, you will do what? It's the good of the land. I am not your friend in this meeting. If you are very familiar with me, this is drop familiarity and switch. A prophet is in town this season. You're not hearing what I'm saying. I said a prophet is in town this season. The Bible says by the hands of a prophet, he brought Israel out. And by the hands of a prophet, he sustained them. By the hand of a prophet, he sustained them. Yesterday, my pastor, Pastor David Oweli, came into town. He would have been here this morning, but he had to fly back for urgent meetings and all that. He came in on emergency for 1 or 2 functions. I was timing the PA. Where are you? Where are you guys now? So we're around the barracks already. I said around the barracks. The vehicle was supposed to use to come. So they're giving me some challenges and issues. A man who is hungry knows how to defy protocols. Do you know what I did? I called him, where are you guys? He said, we're already at Sperendo. I said, Sperendo. And when I'm supposed to drive out of here, it's not working. I jumped out like a madman. Started running to the junction of my street. Stop the keke, senior pastor. Stop the keke, enter this keke, rush the government house gate. I stopped. They said, keke is not allowed. I said, don't you know me again? My pastor is coming and I must be there to receive him. They said, no, keke is allowed to enter. Who was with me then? This guy was the one that jumped in the keke with me. I said, no problem. We pay the keke man. Oh, yes, start going. I carried leg. Am I lying, sir? I carried leg in the government house. Desperate people do desperate things. Desperate people do desperate things. I carried leg in the government house. From the gate, I ran to the governor's lounge. I didn't walk. I ran. The guy with me couldn't catch up with me. I was running like a madman. Why? Because I know anytime the prophetic comes around, it is not your friend at this stage. Anytime that prophetic anointing is here, don't be too familiar with it. Don't be too used to it. I ran and I waited there. No later than 2 minutes of landing that door. Look at his convoys coming in. As they were coming in, something in me shook. I said, that moment is here right now. That thing in me broke. I had to tell the guy, I said, go and stand there, don't come close here. I stood at the door. All the protocol, all the governor's aides and all that. As he jumped out of the vehicle, he came out, he saw me, lifted up his hand like this. I knelt down and held him. He put his hand on my head, rubbed it and spoke some more. I said, that's what I need this season. That's what I need this season. That's what I need. The prophetic hand of God coming on your life. That's what you need these 4 days. It's not going to be as usual. It's not going to be meeting as usual. It is meeting unusual. If you have things you want to settle before 2020 comes, do not miss any session of this meeting. Do not. You will know whether God sends you this season. There's a shift in the prophetic. There's a shift in the prophetic. If we ask you to pray these 4 days, pray like you have never prayed before. If we ask you to worship, worship like you have never worshipped before. If we ask you to scream, scream like you've never screamed before. Whatever we ask you to do this season, do it with all your strength. Do it with all your might. Do it with all your soul. Do it with everything that is in you. There's a shift in the prophetic. There's a shift in the prophetic. There's a shift. If you want to preach the word, don't see it as mere words. There's a shift in the prophetic. Tell your neighbor something's about to happen. Tell him something is about to happen. Tell him like you know it. If you want to scream, if you want to slap in your face. Something is about to happen. is about to happen. Because you don't get things cold. You cannot move things when you are cold. You need some flame and fire. The Bible says we make up his ministers flames of fire. You need to be on fire these 4 days. Is somebody hearing me? If you don't want to retire, refire. I said, if you don't want to retire, reward fire. You need some fire on your life, some crystal on your life. The Bible says, Isaiah 61, it said, the Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me. There's an anointing within. There's an anointing upon. The anointing upon is the anointing of fire. It's the baptism of fire. It is the baptism of power. There are things in your destiny you cannot push until fire comes on your head. There are things in your promised land you will not be able to press into until power comes on your life. When my son was ministering with his guys, the only word in my spirit was, this will not be by talent. Frank Edwards is not the most talented. You need to understand grace and that prophetic hand of God that rests on your life. There are many people with skills and talents, but are broke and suffering. They don't understand grace. This season, grace will come on your head. I say, grace will come on your head, and it will take you to places you least expected. I say it will take you to places you least expected. If your amen is louder, your blessing is faster. Okay, then fast. Fast. Faster. Woo! Lift up your hands where you are. These 4 days, let the 4th man in the fire appear. Oh my God, don't kill my anointing here. I say, let the 4th man in the fire appear in your life. I did not hear your amen like a thunder. Wow, shakatayata. You can take a seat in 1 minute. Exodus chapter 14. Give me verse 10 speedily. I have no more time to spend here. Speedily. 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 And when Pharaoh drew near, the children of Israel lifted their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them. So they were very afraid, and the children of Israel cried out to the Lord. Listen, these 4 days I'm not a pastor, I'm a prophet. Whatever I do is prophetic. Understand it. Hello. Only a fool sees the chariot about to go and is asking, don't you know your master is about to be taken? And Elisha said, I know, but hold your peace. My eyes are open in the spirit this season. Nothing will be hidden here this season. I didn't hear that either. Nothing. 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 Press forward is not a meeting like other meetings. It's a meeting that is going to energize you to push by force into your place of destiny. It's not going to be by talk or by calculation. There are ways God talks. There are ways God talks. When God talks, He doesn't talk to appeal to your emotions. He doesn't talk to appeal to your senses. He doesn't talk to appeal to your reasoning. When God talks, your human mind can't fathom it. Except you don't have a future, except you don't have a destiny, except there's nothing you're looking for, then you can be still this season. If there's something you're looking for, then I'll tell you what it takes to get into it. How can you be a child of God and Satan is sitting on your breakfast, sitting on your lunch, sitting on your dinner, and you are laughing? Listen, calm people don't get anything in this world. Gentle people don't get anything. Only angry people. See, anger is a gift from God. Anger is one of the best things God can give you. Until you are angry and angry enough to push, nothing will happen. How can the devil be sitting on your inheritance and you're still looking normal? How can the devil be babbling your family and you're still looking normal? Somebody shared a testimony here and said he was kidnapped. 5 of them, 4 were killed, 1 was released. And it was the one who was released. Hello? Hello? I say hello. Was it not on this altar that I raised my voice and cried out? You see, some of you are still speaking phonetics to Satan. Satan, in thy name of Jesus, I command you in the message of God, leave my life. You come out from my life. You are joking. From the day of John the Baptist up till now, the kingdom of God suffereth violence, and only the violence taketh it by force. This is your season. I said, this is your season. You know, one of the things I'm asking God to do for you this season is to open your eyes to see what really matters in the kingdom, to see the things that really counts. You see, when he called and told me, sir, I want to come to church and do my video, I told him, my man, why not go to amusement park and do your video? This guy knows something some people don't know. Something that I don't know. You know what he's looking for? Charm. There's no charm in amusement park. Hello. A young man volunteered his vehicle when Adeboye came to Abakaliki to carry Pastor David Adeboye from the airport. Tight vehicle, powerful jeep. The moment Adeboye was carried from the airport, he volunteered himself also to drive him. That's the kind of person. He drove the man. That everyone thought he was just a night driver. You know he was a big man. Drove the man. Got into Abakaliki many years ago. Got into Abakaliki. And then, after we finished his meeting, drove him back to the airport. As Adebo was going, he was blessing people who, worked for him. And then this guy came to him, knelt down. Adebo put his hand on his head and blessed him. He said amen and drove back to Abakaliki. He said while he was going back, he refused to give anybody a lift in that car. He drove into his compound, went to his garage, and parked the vehicle and wrote on it, my prayer house. So from the day he took that man in that car, clean jeep, he has not driven that car again. He parked it there, declared it my prayer house. So every morning he wakes up, he goes to the chair Adeboye sat on in that bed, opens it, kneels down, puts his head there, or sits down there and begin to speak words. He said anytime he faces any issue in life, he doesn't give himself headache. He just opens that car, sits on the seat Adeboye sat, and speak words. He said the minute he speaks, things clear. He said that car has ceased to be a car, it's now an altar. Men who have sense. Do you know when my father-in-law shakes me? It's not normal. Elisha understood that thing. That was why when Elijah was flowing, he followed. Other prophets were looking at Elijah as a normal human being. So they were asking Elijah, where are you going to, not knowing that your master will be taken away from you? And Elijah said, I know, hold your peace. I have seen something your eyes can't see. This season, you need revelation. Is somebody here? I said, this season, you need what? Revelation. Revelation. That's eyes that sees beyond the physical. Revelation. Revelation. This world does not belong to the smartest. It belongs to the most graced. It belongs to those with revelation, not the hardworking, not the most intelligent, the ones who are the most graced, the ones who are the most anointed, the ones who are under authority, the ones with the prophetic voice over their life. You are glorious, so glorious in your way. You are glorious, so glorious in your. Lift up your voices and let's sing that song together. You are glorious, glorious, so glorious in your way. You are glorious, you are glorious, so glorious. Say, you are glorious, 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 so glorious, you are glorious, you are glorious, you are glorious, you are glorious. Say, you are glorious, you are glorious, you are glorious, you are glorious, you are glorious. Can I hear the keyboard? You are glorious, you are glorious, oh so glorious, you are glorious, so Then they said to Moses, verse 11 of Exodus chapter 14. These are people who have come to a crossroad. People who have come to a bus stop, a final bus stop. People who left Egypt. And while they were on their way out of Egypt, they got to a place where they met an ocean, a sea, called the Red Sea. And it seemed like everything was gone. Where can we go to from here again? Somebody here may be asking that question. Where can I go to from here? As I even speak that here in my spirit, there's somebody here, somebody very close to you and dear to you, promised you some amount of money to set up an establishment for you. When the day was closed, he called you and told you he couldn't do anything. You are here. You are here. You are here. You are asking yourself, how can I make a forward motion when the one I'm putting my hope and I trust on have told me blankly, I don't have the money anymore to give you. But when he gave you that promise, he was very sure, he was very certain. In fact, you were very certain that money was going to land your account. Only for days after, he told you it's no longer possible. That person, you're here right now, and you're under the sound of my voice. And I hear the Holy Ghost telling me to tell you, you're going to push this season. I will show you a mystery that most of you do not know. God does not launch you into your inheritance without your prophetic efforts. Am I talking to people here? Without your prophetic efforts. There are efforts that are called prophetic efforts. You see, prayer is a prophetic effort. When we tell you to pray, this is in prayer. When we talk to you about sacrifice, when we talk to you about worship, prophetic efforts. That's why I worship and burn my voice. Because this voice matters nothing to me if it cannot produce my next level. This voice will mean absolutely nothing to me if it cannot bet my inheritance. It will mean nothing to me if you cannot give birth to the promises that God has spoken concerning your life. Then they said to Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, have you taken us away to die in the wilderness? Why have you so dealt with us to bring us up out of Egypt? Verse 12. Is this not the word that we told you in Egypt? Say, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians. Somebody say, God forbid. Oh God, I feel like closing the service. Somebody scream, God forbid. Do you know there are people who Egyptians are meant to be serving, who are wishing to serve Egyptians? People who are supposed to be landlords, but they are tenants, saying yes sir to somebody who should be a tenant under them. Somebody say, God forbid. You are not yet tired. That's why you are facing embarrassment. Some people who should not have the effrontery to look at your face and talk to you are talking to you because all you have wished for all your life is to serve your Egyptians. This was their wish. You brought us to this crossroad. For what purpose? Oh, to destroy us, Were there no graves in Egypt where we could have died and be honorably buried? Why would you bring us into this wilderness where there are no graves, so that if we die here, vultures will eat us up? Some of you have wished to die normal. Some of you have wished to die small. Some of you are praying the prayer of Samson. Oh Lord, let me just die with the Philistines. Just give me strength so that I may die with the Philistines. Wrong prayer. Where would you wish to die with your enemies? Some of you are saying half bread is better than none. What a cost on your life. Half bread or half chin-chin, better than none. Some of you are living the hustling and the management life. At least half bread is better than none. I don't want half bread, I want the full loaf. Why should I ask for half where I can go for all? For the loaf, the full loaf. I don't want a reduction in my portion. Give me the full portion. Why should I be settling for small when the God I serve owes all? Somebody, you need a shift in your mind. This season, something in your head will shift. Hey. Something in your head will shift. That small thinking will shift. that mediocre thinking will shift. How can you be comfortable? A tenant, when the Lord says the earth has he given to the sons of men, when will you start owning land? The Bible says there's an error I have seen that proceeded from the rulers. He said kings are trekking, princes are trekking, but slaves are on horsebacks. And then I'm going to talk a little about that tomorrow before my guest comes up. If you want your life to change, come tomorrow. Something will happen here these 4 days. He said that error proceeded from the ruler. And what is the error? He said kings are trekking, noblemen are trekking, princes are trekking, their slaves are on the back of horses. I read it again, and God said there's something I want to show you. The error does not proceed from the devil. He said the error proceeds from the rulers. I now ask, who are the rulers? He said the ones who are trekking. He said it's an error. Any position you find yourself, don't blame no man, blame you. And I said, Lord, are we really the rulers? He sent me to Revelation chapter 5 verse 10. And he said, for I have made you kings and priests. What do kings do? They rule. What do priests do? They exercise dominion from the altar. They exercise authority from the altar. They exercise control from the altar. What do kings do? They rule their spheres. They rule their world. They rule their society. They rule the marketplace. That's what kings do. He said, these guys are the ones in error. Unbelievers are successful, counting in billions, doing great exploits. You go to the village, the guys who have 3-story building are unbelievers. The guys who are coming back with Range Rovers are unbelievers. The guys who are coming back with Matic are unbelievers. And you, a believer, who should come back with even more, you are trekking with your Bible and saying that righteousness is about, it's not about these things. You don't need them. You don't have need for them. These are vanities. Yes, we know they are vanities, but God wants you to have the vanities here. Hello? You won't take them up, but you need them here to enjoy life. God did not get you saved to frustrate you. Occultic men come back for Xmas or Christmas, and they are coming back with all kinds of whatever. They know what you have refused to know. And Christians are in errors. Just like these guys were in error. If you would have allowed us in Egypt, at least if we died here, they can bury us in Egypt. Why would you bring us into this wilderness? Well, we are not sure of the befitting burial. These 4 days, your error will expire. If your amen is louder, you're getting it right now. These 4 days, may your errors expire. May the places you beg before begin to give you right now. I didn't hear your amen. May the places you cry for help before become the same place I will cry for help to you. I don't know about you. I have decided these 4 days I must take my rightful place as a king. As a king. As a king. My rightful place. Those of you who have time to be emotional about problems, see your hands, thumbs up. If you don't know how to activate violent mood when crossroad meets you, thumbs up. Keep being emotional. Thank God for this meeting. I didn't know why God was organizing it until recently. Is this not the word that we told you in Egypt? That means before they left Egypt, they told Moses, Allah was here. I don't know where you're taking us to. We're okay here. God saw that the people were suffering. God met Moses and said to Moses, I have heard the cry of my people in Egypt. Please go and deliver them from me. Even when God saw people's helplessness, I was willing to help, but people were not willing. It was not Israel that asked God to send them a help. God saw the anguish, the affliction, and the suffering of people, and said to Moses, I have heard these people's cry in the wilderness. Go now and help them out of that place. And the people said to Moses, we don't want your help. Are there people here who God is trying to help out of something, but they're telling God, we don't want your help? Your attitude may be telling God, I don't want your help. Attitude towards God's kingdom is telling God, I don't want your help. Attitude towards worship is telling God, I don't want your help. Do you know when I worship the way I worship and play the keyboard, all God can see is, this guy needs me. This guy needs my help. This guy needs my intervention. Even where I have not even told God I need help, just my attitude tells him he needs help. Because the way he's worshiping, his whole life is depending on me. We don't want your help, Moses. He said, didn't we tell you, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? And there could be somebody here, a prophetic word is coming to you. You're about to be the next landlord. But you could be telling your pastor, don't tell me that. I'm okay being a tenant. You are a car owner. Pastor, don't tell me that. I'm not going to do anything about it. I don't believe in that thing you're talking about. I'm okay being in keke. You may not say it with your mouth, but your attitude says it all. Believe the Lord your God, you shall be established. Believe the prophet, you shall prosper. Believing is not nodding your head. Believing is doing things that shows you believe. If I believe in you, there are things I will do to make you know that I believe in you. Believe is an action. It's not a profession. It's an action. If you are talented and gifted, you are a music artist, you are a music star, and people keep telling you, I believe in you, I believe in you, and you don't invest in your talents to take you up there, they don't believe in you. Anybody who says, I believe in you, sir, if you have a son who is a mathematician, or who has some of this knowledge of inventions and all that, from when he's a baby, he starts doing some crazy invention, and then you're telling him, son, I believe in you, you're going to be Thomas Edison of your generation, you're going to be Albert Einstein of your generation. Is it you're saying it that will make him become it? What do you do to show you believe in him? Is by sending him to the best school, is by paying his school fees, is by making sure he goes to a school that will train that potential. Is that correct? So you don't believe in a team by saying you believe in it. You believe in a team by putting resources in that team. So believing God is not saying, Lord, I believe you. Do you do the things that make God know you believe him? I believe you, my prophet. No, sir. No, sir. It's not mouth. Do you do the things that make your prophet know you believe in him? God understands science more than he understands your attitude. He understands it more than anything else. Attitude. When he came to the spot where Abel was killed by Cain, do you know what God said to Cain when he killed his brother? He said, where's your brother? Hello. But before he said to Cain, where's your brother? Remember that Cain was asked to offer a sacrifice. Abel was also asked to offer a sacrifice. When Abel offered his own, God accepted. Cain offered his own, and God didn't accept. Cain did not say a word. Do you know what Cain did? Frowned. And God spoke to Cain. Do you know what God said? Why is your countenance falling? Cain didn't have to speak a word. His facial expression told God that something was wrong somewhere. When you have children who are babies, they don't need to talk to you to make you know they are hungry. They just use sign languages. Maybe somebody will be here. See how angels are passing some people by, but they're already here, doing something in people's lives. Some people may be dozing off. Some people may be looking at me like one man who is acting. You don't know what is going on. And God said to Cain, why is your countenance falling? Because God reads attitude. God reads sign. You don't say, I believe in you verbally. I believe in you by action. A crippled man is here now. I said, do you believe you can stand up and walk? I believe. I hold his hand. I said, now stand up and walk. If the guy does not believe, he will sit down there. If he believes what I said, he will do what? Stand up. I'm not going to be the one to make him stand. He has to stand. When he stands, that prophetic word will activate his belief to work for him. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying? I believe in you, I believe in you. It's not a mouth. The reason I don't miss any service is because I believe in God. I have to prove it by my action. The reason I pray is not for mouth, because I have to prove it with my action. I believe in you so much, Lord. That's why I pray. The reason why I worship the way I worship is because I believe in God. I have to prove it with my action. These guys still believe in the leader they were following. God told me something recently. Don't waste your time with people who don't believe in you. Don't. Because you will never be able to bless them. So what's the need? Find one man who believes in you. Let what you carry rest. Didn't Jesus say, if you enter a city to preach, and then the people in the city do not receive you, you greet the house, they don't receive you, what do? Shake your dust. Shake the dust off your feet. And do what? Leave. If you enter, they receive you. What does it mean to receive? It means to believe someone. To accept someone. If they receive you, if they accept you, then let the peace that you came with, let the blessing that you came with, let the treasures that you came with rest on that household. Somebody say believe. This is one of the things you owe yourself, is what? Believe. To those that believe, all things are possible. All things are what? Possible. 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 So there's impossibility in your life. Check your belief. Your belief. Your belief. And he said, for it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. And I say again, God forbid. You want to be where you are? You have your permission to do that. My own permission, that I will never serve my enemies. My own decision, that I will never serve an Egyptian. God forbid. And I say it again, God forbid. 2020, in fact, before 2020, this year is going to bring a compression of every harvest from January till the end of this year. It's going to bring it on my doorstep. At my doorstep. Fear God, though. He's a God of wonder. If you believe that God, He knows how to shake things off. He knows how to make things work. He knows how to do these things. We have a role to play. Go to the next verse 13. And Moses said to the people, do not be afraid. Stand still. Hello, sir. Can you play me that song on your phone? Quickly. Play that. You know the song I'm talking about? Play it for me right now. Quickly. Whoosh! Pray in other tongues in 1 minute. In 1 minute. In 1 minute, speak in other tongues. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Zero-to-ro-to-ro-to. Those who are not praying, okay. Ragadadada. Perodododos. Ragadadadadadas. Ragadadadadadas. Redodododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododododod Hey, kapata. Lift up your voices and pray if you can pray in other tongues. Amen. And Moses said to the people, do not be afraid. Stand still prophetic word. You see, when I preach in church, I also know how to preach to myself. Listen if you want. I'm preaching to me here. See Moses' words. Most people may have told you that, and you thought that was prophetic word. They deceived you. God does not move when you are still. Did you hear me? Reduce that keyboard. God does not do anything when you stand still. Moses thought he knew God. He didn't know God. And so it was after this miracle, Moses went to the mountain to go and know God. God does not move when you stand still. This meeting is titled Press Forward. Some of you who are accusing God and blaming church for where you are, you have not done what you need to do to move. And I will show you this morning. He says, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. And Moses said to the people, do not be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will accomplish for you today. God does not accomplish anything without your efforts. Don't be deceived. The reason you are where you are is because you've not made the move you should make. I want to change your orientation. If you die small, it's not God's fault. If you age small, it's not God's fault. It's that you didn't do what you need to do to make a shift. I see people who are comfortable where they are, and I look at them and say, does it understand destiny? People who are easy at Zion, who are sleeping when men are walking, to do something about their destiny in God. And they come to church and cry. God does not respond to tears. He responds to your faith. Response to your action. When you see me talk the way I'm talking, it's the size of my vision of his problem. You may misunderstand it. This guy is angry. You don't understand anything. Anger is a gift from God. The size of your vision determines the size of your passion. I didn't come to impress you. If you want to build a 3,000 church like me, then get angry. If you are crazy, you think I'm where you are. You think I will talk the way some of you talk. You think I will take things easy. Those of you, I have not slept for 3 nights. My friend who's going to be here tomorrow told me, from the beginning of this year, I have been fasting. Is that normal? Is that normal? I listened to a message and somebody said, it is your coldness that made a member of your family die. It was your coldness that made your family end where it is. It's your coldness that made somebody who is supposed to be great in your house be end up small. Your coldness. You are a priest served by God to be a deliverer to your family and community, yet you're sleeping. You don't know what we're talking about. Who knows if you're the reason God gave you to that family so you can end their suffering. Some of you are sleeping. A preacher was talking. He said, I realized it late. First I lost my mom. After I lost my mom, I lost my dad. I didn't understand it. I now lost my sister. He said, it was when they were burying my sister at the burial I was crying. And God spoke to me and said, you are a fool. You are meant to be keeping watch over your household, but you are sleeping. It was already too late. When I talk, some of you don't understand it. You think I'm just talking. Pastor is angry. Understand it. I'm a priest. You need to know how old my dad is, how old my mom is, and my siblings. When you hear me say I have not celebrated any funeral, you think it's by talk. Go to other churches and see how they bury people. Do you know what is cooking here? When I come here and offer worship, offer prayers, you think I'm doing normal Christianity. You don't know what it is. 4 years of this ministry, none has been dead. And yet that's what the devil is professional at doing. The devil command not to do it, to steal, to kill, and to destroy. You think if he has opportunity, he's going to be afraid of your hairstyle. The Bible says, he that keepeth Israel has never slept nor slumber, and you're sleeping. Contract you applied for, somebody who is nowhere close to church collected it because you were sleeping. Instead of hooking up the contract in the spirit, instead of collecting the heart of the king in the place of prayer, you slept and came to church gloomy, looking at your pastor as though it was the one that made you lost a contract. It was your spiritual carelessness and laziness. When I talk like this, I talk to a point where I want everything in my intestine. Like, Umobai told me something that made me cry in the governor's lodge at Uyo. He said to me, he said, look, Pastor Prince, I stayed for 72 days without food, without water. I said, He said, yes. This woman you see like this, people say he's not physically fine. There are some fine boys who don't have 1/100 of the money in my car. Woman does not look handsome, but there's no problem he cannot solve with money. He does not look fine physically. There's no problem on this planet he can solve with money. He said, I'm the first international preacher from my village. I am the first rich man that came out from my family. We were poorer than the poorest church rats. Our family was so poor that even poor people called us poor. We came here to lose the region of destiny. Some of you are looking at me like he's talking, he's preaching. Who says I'm preaching? I'm here to break fallow grounds. I'm here to make you a prophet of your own life. People came for press forward to do church as usual. Your face does not impress me. I know what I want personally, and I came here to pay the price. 4 days of no stop paying the price. So I fasted 72 days. No food, no water. My wife and I cried. The woman came to me and said, you want to die and leave us like this, leave these children? What will happen? He said, am I not better dead than to be alive and not succeed? Than to be alive and not smell greatness? Than to be alive and end up like this? When we're collecting tea to come to church end? When we're going from house to house to borrow salt to cook your food? When will it end? When we're going to your gas station to beg for 2 kg of gas on credit you pay after 2 months? How and when will it end? Your Christianity has become too cold. That's why the devil is perching on you. Flies cannot perch on a hot saucepan. They cannot. When I preach and sweat, I'm excited, because that's when the devil runs far. When I pray and sweat, I'm excited. I don't care about the makeup on my face. I don't care about the heat on my body. I don't care about whether there's whatever on my face. What I care about is that the devil is running far away. When was the last time you woke up all night and all night, non-stop, all night? When was the last time your house became a problem to you? This bed is not a problem. I'm sowing this bed as a seed, so I can stand for the next 1 month and pray all night. See them standing at the crossroad, not knowing what to do. And Moses said to him, do not be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will accomplish for you today. He said, for the Egyptians whom you see today, you shall see again no more forever. When we read it, you shout amen. Wrong prayer. I said wrong prayer. Wrong prayer. And someone is asking me, Pastor, how is it a wrong prayer? Go to the next verse and let me show you why I said so. He said, the Lord will fight for you and you shall hold your peace. If you're holding your peace, you're about to become pieces. The Lord will fight for you. You shall hold your peace. No, God does not fight for you. God fights with you. The Bible would have said, they who do know their God shall be strong and shall accomplish great exploits. If that scripture was not important, he wouldn't have said that. Some of you have been waiting for God to fight for you, and God has waited for you to get up and partner with him. See, Some of you carry hotels. When I mean hotels, you build international 5-star hotels. It's inside you, but you're sleeping. One boyfriend is stopping you from exercising that greatness that is in you. Motherless baby's home is inside you, screaming out. It's crying out. When will I be born? When will I be better? A vision for a multinational corporation is inside you, crying. When shall I be born? When shall I be given birth to? You are busy slaying that destiny on the altar, on the table of chicken and turkey with fried rice and pounded yam, thinking you're enjoying life. Some of you look at your business, you're struggling with it. You should close it down and go and wait on God. Today, keke spoils at the mechanic. Tomorrow, that's way to go back it and kneel down for weeks. I will not end like this. I will not go like this. I will not suffer like this. I cannot continue this way. I cannot continue this way. Something has got to change. Until God knows you are seriously serious about your destiny, He's not willing to show up. I've not seen a woman in a labor room spread her leg and taking Coke and Fanta and eating shawarma. You bring food for her, then take the food away. In fact, at that point, even her husband, she can slap. Even her husband, she can kick. I see pregnant women in labor room insulting the doctors helping them. Not because they hate the doctor. They shouting, I want to push. You have to give me space to push it. It can happen normally. It can happen in comfort. You need some level of anger and annoyance. I've never seen any of them smile. I've never seen any of them tell their husbands, I love you. I've never seen them do Romeo and Juliet. I've never seen them saying, honey, you are the sugar in my tea. In fact, at that point, they forget that they say, honey. They call the man by his name. Andy, can't you see that I'm suffering? Hold my waist. You are a foolish man. Not because the woman hates the man. Because there's a pregnancy. There's something to be born. There's a destiny to push you to the world. The next time you see me angry, don't conclude Pastor is very angry. Conclude Pastor is carrying pregnancy. That's why you misunderstand the prophetic. Inside media airlines waiting to push. How can I be sleeping and drinking juice? Inside media universities, schools. The devil knows I'm pregnant with destinies. You think he would sit down and let me? You've got to press. Some of you ladies look at me here. If care is not taken, you don't sort out your family before it comes, you may end up being the first wife of 6 wives. Ask me how I know. I'm a minister of the gospel and I'm experienced. One told me, when my husband met me working in the bank, I used to think this man was this, used to think this man was that. We married as a first wife. Now I don't know how I ended up the 4th wife. He said, what is really shocking? Sorry, the first wife of 4 wives. So what is really shocking that the 4th wife is a Muslim? You don't know who will tell me. I have so much of heavy presence on Facebook. I have people who connect with me from all over the world. People go on my messenger and inbox me some crazy things and I wonder where are these things coming from. He said, I'm the first wife of 4 wives. He said, the man I married, the Richard I married, is no longer the Richard I used to know. I said, when you were supposed to be paying the price on your knees to distort some things in your destiny and the destiny of the husband, you were busy going to crunches and eating 3 plates. So you had a rosy wedding and you thought you had arrived. Wedding is not marriage. House is not home. You can live in a duplex and feel like flying your life away. There are people in duplexes who are thinking of suicide. If it's a house and not a home, there's a problem in it. You can have a home without a house. Or you can have a house and not have a home. You can do the best wedding in town and not have a marriage. say, well, all things have failed. Send for the wailing women. Women who are supposed to be wailing on the altar, slave, are busy at crunches with sugar daddies. See how your life has packed. Between sugar daddy, the girls who will finish your man and sugar daddy are coming. Don't go and deal with issues on your altar. Be there and be praying. So the Lord will fight for you and you shall hold your peace. Wrong. This is what God said to them. Verse 15. This is what I want to get it. He said, and the Lord said to Moses, why do you cry to me? Why are you crying to me for house rent? Why are you crying to me for business capital? Why are you crying to me for that job? He said, why do you cry to me? And then God said, tell the children of Israel to press forward. Tell them to go forward, pristine hills, by the word of the Lord. God said I should tell you, stop crying to him about things he has already given you. Press forward. They made a Red Sea. They cried to God. They complained. They murmured. They were very angry. They were very bitter. They even wanted to stone Moses. Moses cried to God. God said, why do you guys disturb me about things you should do? He said, step forward. Press forward. Go forward. And you're going to find him. As the children of Israel looked at the Red Sea in front of them, you know what they did? We thought this was a hindrance. We didn't know this was a way. We thought this was an obstacle. We didn't know this was just an obstruction to tackle. We thought this was a setback. We didn't know this was a stepping stone. Am I preaching to somebody right now? We thought this thing was going to hold us back. We didn't know this was a launching pad. We thought this was meant to stop and limit us. We didn't know this thing here was a deliberate setup by God to make us advance. When we should have progressed, we are supposed to make progress. They understood immediately. Whatever we are crying about is not God's fault. We have not done the needful. At that moment, they moved forward. What was standing against them, they went towards. And as they advanced, it divided. On its own, without prayer. Without see, I command you to divide. They just pressed forward. The next time you see an obstacle, it's only telling you, come. There's something. Let me tell you something. Obstacles announce your next level. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Anytime you see an obstacle, it is only the announcement of your next level. The reason you are not able to make advancement towards your obstacle is that you think your obstacles are there to tackle you. Can I give you an example? I need 2 men here right now. 2 men, quickly. Okay, just 2 men here. Stand in front of me. Come on, stand behind him. Stand behind him. Go that way. This is what obstacles present themselves as. Let me show you. This is me who is going towards the goal. Hello. As I walk towards it and get closer to it, hear this. Anytime you're closer to your dreams and visions, obstacles will show up. Oh, hey. I want to ask you a question. When Moses was going into Egypt to go and deliver Israel, he didn't meet a Red Sea. How come it was when they were coming out of Egypt they met a Red Sea? How come it was when they were coming out that they met the Red Sea? But when Moses was going in to save them, they didn't meet the Red Sea. if you have not seen the Red Sea, you are not closer to your vision. You're not closer to your testimony. You're not closer to your miracle. Once a Red Sea shows up, it is time. Oh my God. I said, once a Red Sea shows up, it means it is time. So I'm going towards that goal. Oppose me. Be stopping me. Be stopping me. Be stopping me. What is the goal of obstacle? To stop you from reaching where you're going to. And this guy is going to stop you at any cost. Remember, that thing will not come towards you. The Red Sea cannot move towards you. It will not divide until you go towards it. See my Red Sea. See what I want. That's my promised land. But this guy is stopping me. Stop me again. You have to keep. You know what some people do at this point? They retreat. And die without that thing materializing. They give up. They quit church. They forsake their pastor and fulfill their destinies. That's when they complain. That's when they murmur against their Moses. That's when they murmur against the church. That's when they find people to blame. Fault findings here and there. Not knowing that they are closer to their breakthrough than they thought. Just get the right attitude. The right attitude is when things are failing, that's when you should be going forward. That's when you should be honoring your pastor more. That's when your pastor should be the best thing that has happened to you. That's when you should take church fellowship serious. That's when you should take prayers and worship more serious. But that's when you begin to retrogress. Why are you not in music service, sir? You won't understand. I'm not the one who should not understand. I'm not the one who will not understand. It is actually you who does not understand. It's you who doesn't understand. It's you who doesn't understand. I know how the game works. Things have dried up in the family. School fees no dey show. The business is collapsing and folding 360 degrees, folding up. What do you do at that point? I read my Bible and I found that everywhere God produced a miracle, people have to make efforts. He comes to a woman whom creditors are coming to collect her 2 sons and collect everything that she has. And Elijah says to the woman, what do you have in your house? You think you have nothing. He said, what do you have? He said, I have nothing but just oil. And then he said, it's enough. Go and get it. And then you who is in debt, go and borrow vessels. Does it make sense? Pastor, I'm in debt. And pastor, go and borrow vessels to start. Prophetic instructions make no sense. So I'm pressing, I'm moving. He's stopping me. He's stopping me. Make sure you stop me. So that I'll go. He's not allowing me. He's not allowing me. You know when Jesus was going to glory, because the cross is where glory is. While he was going there, Lucifer knew, Satan knew, if I allow this guy to go there, he would mess everything I'm doing. So he didn't use Peter to stop him. Do you know, I now understand the purpose of disloyalty and rebellion. That's why I see when they get into it, I just dodge. Because it is not them, it's me. It's me, it's targeting, it's not them. So what I do, I pray for them. But the funny thing is that you end up destroying yourself, not even me. Me, I already understand how the thing works. I know how the devil uses men to attack men of God who are going far. So I'm careful. When you yield yourself as an instrument to him to become a distraction to your pastor, I have learned it. I just turn my face the other way and focus on the goal ahead of me. Can I shock you with this? The reason Peter opposed Jesus and said you won't go there is because the devil was using him to stop him from the glory. Sometimes it's even your family members who will be your obstacles. Sometimes it's your most loved friend that will be your obstacle. Sometimes you think these things that people do against you is them, is forces that are unseen. Did you hear what I said? I said it's forces that are unseen. They're not physical. He will just enter someone like that and start using him to do all kinds of things. We're wondering, how did this guy wake up on this side of the bed? It is not him. It's something that entered him, and it's you he's targeting. So if you're a wise Christian, focus on the goal. Because Jesus focused on the goal. How did he respond to Peter? Get thee behind me, Satan. It's not you, Peter. Satan has entered you. You've allowed him to enter you. Well, thank God for the guy. He understood finally. When it was almost late. Do you know at the point Peter left Jesus was enough for Jesus to also leave? Yes, now. The most trusted leader vacated you. You would give up on your vision. But he still looked at the cross and went forward. Everybody left him. He went forward. Everybody left him. He kept moving. That's the kind of man I have become. I'm not saying that's the kind of man I'm becoming. That's the kind of man I've become. Everybody here can walk out of me now. I will keep going towards my vision. Most of you already know me for that. You know, pastor is dangerous when it comes to focus. Brutally focused. When everything starts raging, that's when I start sacrificing. I was telling some of the leaders, well, next Sunday you see the surprise. No, no. I saw the seed of £1 million. Even when I needed money to do some things, just last week. Then my pastor came into town and put something on me. He came for a particular function. It was at the government lodge. Went to see him. He put something on me. Even before I saw him, a miracle happened for just sowing that seed. I sold my Hilux Jeep, took the money and put it in a landed property. I said, I'm giving it away. I don't care whether I trek. But God was in heaven saying, I care. If you care so much about my kingdom, then I care so much about you. It was not up to 14 days of doing that seed. Somebody called me from Lagos. I said, sir, I have a Range Rover 2010 model, new. I've just used it for 3 months, but I'm traveling to Canada. Come and take it. I told him, I'm too busy now. I may not be able to make that move, but give me time. I have a program. When I finish, yesterday he called me again. I said, P, should I send someone to bring? I said, you don't need to send. I said, I'm used to it. It's not the first time it's happening. The Hilux I sold and put the money in the project is the same way it came. The same way. Some of you even know the guy. The same way it came. That's the same. I saw the Mercedes C-Class on the altar. As I dropped it, it didn't take up to 14 days. I went somewhere to preach. I was preaching. A military official, a colonel at the time, now he's a brigadier general, a colonel in charge of the whole barracks, was in that meeting. I finished as I was going into the vehicle for them to take me back to my hotel. He rushed me and said, man of God, I want to drop this seed with you. He dropped it with me. I told him, what do you want? He said, this time that Buhari is doing all kinds of things, it's affecting South people. I want to be sustained. My promotion is coming. I need this. I spoke it. It happened exactly. He came on this altar. Church, am I correct? He came on this altar, left all the way from Delta State where his cantonment is. I gave him a prophetic word. I said, come with 12 stones from your previous barracks. When they were moving to Abuja, he brought 12 stones to this place. While I was building the altar, I put it inside the altar here. He knelt down here. I blessed him. And he drove back again to Delta to go and pick his family and come to Abuja. Just like I said, within that same period, his promotion letter came. While they were sacking Southeast generals and colonels, sacking South colonels and generals, they moved this one to London to go and do 1 year promotion exam. Joel, am I lying? He knows him personally. Send him there. That's the guy who gave me the last Hilux I sold. You know you can be so close to grace and be looking at it because you're familiar. Yeah, guys will come from far and collect what you have. I'll be telling you there's an anointing here that you can't see. Collect it and be breaking the market. And you'll be admiring them. I said, I have done this thing before. It does not kill. Guess what I did? I took this other one and sold it again. I said, for us to die here, I would rather die than to see that property not come true. And I gave it in tears. When I gave it, my son, his son was crying. I was crying. I said, Daddy, I've not seen such a heart. Such a man who is so detached from material things. I gave it away. I put that money here. Guess what? That same God that does not look back at men who do things genuinely from their heart. The same procedure again. And because I'm so detached from material things, I'm not like some people who are crazy about cars. Do you know what Range Rover is? 2010 model. Black, clean. I showed them the picture. They were looking. They were shouting. A few of them shouting. I think a Range Rover 2010 should be about 11 million. More than. Okay, you know cars better than me. I said there's a grace in this house to activate your will this season. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying? The key is pressing forward. God gives you an instruction. Don't look like a lucozade. Press forward. Press forward. Press forward. When I gave that car, I was in Keke. Keke. I remember one night we went to a shoot. He was one driving me Keke. I had to tell him to carry my wife and carry some people and go back to church. Why they went and dropped it? Around, was it on 11:30 to 12? I was at Street Junction, trekking. He came with his Keke to carry me. I was at the middle. He was inside. Husband was inside. John was in the front. This one was in the front. We were about 6 or 7 inside one Keke. While we were moving, getting to golf course, the Keke off. Broke down. You know what we did? We started pushing Keke to church, including me. I sat in the Keke. They were pushing it. Pushing Keke. Pushing Keke. You're a senior pastor. You know why? I have learned how to press. There are things God tells me to do. I don't receive it. I don't look at my, hey, I'm this dignified. I'm this great man. I don't, shame not in my face. I've learned like pour out to our base and about. Shame not in my face. Sat in that Keke, they were pushing Keke. Pushing Keke. Pushed it until we got to church. And jumped down. I came and attended choir rehearsals that night with them. And I was with them till 6 in the morning. Went back, took my bag, I went out again. And yet you don't see shame in my face. I would have been putting, how can I sell my car? What will I drive? It's not what I drive, it's what drives me. It's what drives me. Come and take a Range Rover, sir. Come and collect. I said, don't leave it. When I'm ready, I will come. Don't bother. If I find some of the program, I will come. So I can, but if I can't come, somebody else will come. Or you drive it here. Somebody say, press forward. Are you tired of where you are now? Get ready to push. While we were planning this program, we got a letter from the owners of this facility. You know what they told us in the letter? The rent of this place has been increased. I said, why will you increase rent? I sent some of my pastors and said, the lawyer and all that. Why will you increase the rent of this facility? For what purpose? I said, do you know what you guys have made us suffer here? From the day we party here till today, we've been experiencing flood. Devastating flood. We have lost millions of naira because of flood. That's a flood will come in like this and then cover this whole roof. Any of you who have experienced that flood, is devastating. Cover up to the gate. This whole place will be like an ocean. And wickedly they sent us a memo that they're increasing rent. I said, you never sent us a letter to call us for a meeting. You never sent us a letter to call us and say, please, what do we do to remedy this flood issue? Look at this road, this gutter that is here, is where the flood comes from. No proper drainage has been done there. At the time, we even had to go to them and told them we want to buy up the place. They said, no, they won't sell. I said, this is church. Sell it. If you can't do the drainage, sell here. We will contract the people who will come and do the drainage here for us. What they did was, when they wanted to do drainage, they went and did Hope High School behind that place. Did drainage there. And then they cut off this side. Does it mean we are fools? God's people. The moment they cut us off, I said, no problem. We continued. Flood would come here, scatter things. But we entered to that school. But it's owned by the same person who has both the school. I'm saying it without fear because I've left you already. Don't care who anybody is. You know me there. I can talk to anybody and say, go to hell. Right there. I have that grace. While we're planning this program, we did a program titled Big 4. We put banners everywhere in the city, billboards everywhere. We even put the biggest people that I've ever met at that 10-story building. It was so big. We put small banners, this long one on street posts, more than 50 of them, everywhere in the city. Then we put on this fence all through. Some of you saw it. All through the fence we left no space. The owner saw it and they came to us. I said, we see you guys now have money. We're increasing rent. Oh, who is that? We have money. She said, see your publicity, we're increasing rent. I said, we're not paying any funding. No shish. We have maintained this facility for you guys from the day we paid for it. You can't increase any rent. They went away and came back to reply us. It was Friday. Today is Sunday. Friday to this Sunday, this last Friday. I was in my house having a meeting. My secretary called me and said, Daddy, some people just came to church arrogantly and poured sand at the gate. Some of you saw it now. All of you saw it. It didn't disappear here. You passed. They poured sand at the gate and blocked the gate. They poured one in front of our entrance and poured one at the other entrance of the other church. I said, I'm coming. When I came, they told me the people who came. I said, okay, no. I told my pastor, one of my pastors, I said, call that back and know what he wants. If he's expecting me to call him, he's too small. Too small. I will not reduce myself that way. You don't know who I be. You don't know me. You don't know me. If pastors in a boy belittle themselves, I long left that level. I'm too far. Call lawyer. Hey, barrister, how are you? What happened now? What happened? He called the lawyer. The lawyer will say, he didn't hear from us now about the increment. I told him, drop that phone. We'll reply then. So I was talking to my friend, Abana, who is going to be here tomorrow, about it. And I told him, he said, nah, you're just saying this thing like it's one casual thing. You're not even crying. I said, why will I cry? I understand how God talks. You are thinking it is the devil. It is God telling me, Pastor Prince, enough of 27. Oh, enough. You have done it enough. Leave here. You are a shark. Don't be in a corner. It is God, not them. That's why I said earlier, some obstacles are just announcing your next level. And I like the fact, you see, the Bible says he will make mountains like valley. How come they didn't put chains, they put mountain? So the moment I saw it, I switched in the spirit and I did a prophetic leap over. He said, if your faith is as small as a mustard seed, you shall say to this mountain, be down. It's prophetic. The same sand you would have used to come and fill. Look how Poto does to us here. So you have money to buy sand. Sand you would have used to feed these our daughters that have Poto. Sand you would have used to do drainage for us. You're using it to stop us from having service. We have replied you guys already. So a pastor who is sick, they cry, church, people should bring money, let's go and pay rent. No. People should bring money, let's go and buy land. People should bring money, let's go and build our 3,000 seaters. Let's reply them. And I'm not calling any of their line. To tell them, please, why now? They say, well, I know how to make people catch shame. When men shall say there's a casting down, we shall say there's a lifting up. You gave us mountain to climb. You gave us mountain to climb. Look at you. You have no sense. You're just helping us. You'd have allowed us here. But you came prophetically to push us out. And then the truth of the matter is that we had already started our land project before this thing happened. So what it means is that God is hastening our steps. 2020, our service is mega. It's not going to be here anymore. And we are not renting, sir. We are not renting. And as I close, how do I get to my goal? As I go, this guy says I won't go. Don't stop here. Don't go back. Go forward. How do you go forward? You've got to fight. You've got to press. You've got, like what is standing outside there is just a challenge. I love challenges. You've got to fight. You've got to move. You've got to press. When I got back home, I said, God, is it enough that I sold my Jeep, my Hilux Jeep, and put the money in the church. I will sow every other property I have. That's the decision I took. I even came to church with some. If you are in this house, you want that prophetic push. This season is when to sow. Sow like a madman. Sacrifice like a madman. On my television, on my fridge, on my home theater system, on this altar, I told them, put a committee, sell everything. You may not have all the cash to give. It's not for pastor. Even me, I've given. And I'm giving more. All the cushion in my house, I'm bringing them here. Go and sell them off. And go and get church a befitting place, which we've already gotten. What we're doing is just paying for it. Sell everything that I have. Pick all of them and bring them and sow them here. Maybe you think I'm joking. That's what you should do this season. And let me tell you something. You cannot partner with God through your sacrifices and be at the same level. God just gave me a miracle. Do you know what is even shocking? I'm already looking for a buyer for the Range Rover. Maybe you think I'm lying. I can show you my phone. I've already sent the pictures. That guy, those guys, I sent them the picture. Call them after and find out. I sent them pictures. I said, I have a new car. It's coming back. Find the value of this car. How much can it be sold? I need the money. Because we've got to push. And people who will do it will enter a realm of limitless possibilities with God. Don't die small. Don't die small. You've got to grow a heavy heart, a large heart, to be able to do some crazy things in the kingdom. Oh, you think I'm joking? Get me my properties. I want to show them on the altar before I change my mind. Just bring everything I came to church with. Drop it here. It's gone. It's not mine. Let it be sold. Get such a land. Pay for it. If I do it 100%, I will die doing it. Doing God's work. My power is empty now. Everything is empty. They couldn't bring everything to the church because of space. No time. So I said, leave the ones you couldn't bring. The one you came with, come and sow. Tomorrow, bring the rest. Next tomorrow, bring the rest. Everything gone. So he come to my house now. It's a skeletal house. How do I press forward? Not by arguing with this guy. Please now, give me a chance. Your obstacle will not listen to your please. Obstacles do not listen to beg. They don't listen to a beg now. You know what they listen to? The language they hear is the language of violence. The violence. Come and drop it on the altar. That's my television. As big and new as it is, drop it on the altar. It's gone. Where are these guys? Record them as a sell it off. Put the money in the land project. Get everything I came to church with. Because you don't enter your promised land with a beggarly attitude. You don't enter with a negotiation. Please now, why not help me out? I beg you now, do this thing for me. No, you don't. I know what I want with God in 2020. I know what I want with Him, and I'm willing to pay the price. I will not go to a native doctor and say, give me charm to do ministry. The last man who will do that is me. But I know a native doctor higher than the rest of the other native doctors. Drop it, drop it, drop it. And that native doctor is God. All I need to do is obey Him. Whatever He says do it. Get all the home theater system. Get all my deal. Drop them there. Drop them. Don't block my entrance. Hello. Drop them there. Just drop them. Let it. Take it away from the TV. Let not break it. Just lie them there. Lie them on the altar. Lie them. Lie them. It's a sacrifice. Let it die. Drop them. Did you come with others? Did you come with others? Okay. When the service is over, clear everything that is in the house. Oh! Make sure they are here. Tomorrow, drop them at the altar. If it does not cost you, if your destiny doesn't cost you anything, you're not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. It must cost you something. Something that makes you cry. Something that makes you bleed blood. How do you press forward? One of it is fervent prayers. when you go towards that dream and you notice that there are blockages, you have to fight. Okay, you have to fight with me now. Fight. Don't be afraid. I know you are team pastor. How can I fight? Fight with me, and I will win. Fight with me. That's my attitude. I said I will win the fight. You have to hold me. I'm going towards that goal. What am I doing? I pray the prayer seems like it's not working. I drop sacrifice. These are the two powerful weapons. You shared your testimony last Sunday. How God gave your daughter admission when they denied her severally by sowing a seed. You have prayed, you have sang, it's not working. Switch into sacrifice. Don't be asking, I don't have cash, I don't have money. Start doing things that please God. Switch into sacrifice. Can you see that I fight with this guy? I'm getting closer to my vision. He has his position. So mountains does not have the capacity to stand in the way of a man who pushes. As I pray in the Holy Ghost, sow my seed. He said, if you have faith like a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, be thou moved from here to there. And what will happen? The mountain, it shall move. Tomorrow you will see my 3 tons horsepower AC here. When I mean, and I don't mean this is small. This one is small. 3 tons LG. It starts from the ground and ends here. Long. 3 tons. If it blows here, I don't need it. The whole house will be freezing like you are in ice block. 3 tons are using. The AC in my room, loose down here. Sell them. Start looking for buyer tomorrow. Value the words. They are quite expensive. Value the word and sell it. Get those air conditioners. When I got the air conditioner, I got it for 140 something thousand. 145,000. 345,000, sorry, not 100. 345,000. The 3 tons horsepower. If you find somebody who can give you 250, sell. Put the money in the property. And then as I sow my seeds, I'm pushing that mountain. I'm pushing that mountain violently. It will come to a point. I have to take this thing out of the way. By faith like this, I have to move it. The Bible says, if you have faith like a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, leave my road, come and stand here, so that I can get towards my goal. This is what I need. And until I get this thing, I'm not going to stop fighting. You have blamed God enough for where you are, and God is saying, I'm innocent. You are even blaming Satan enough, and Satan is saying, I'm innocent. Fight the good fight of faith. Stand everywhere where you are. Tomorrow evening will continue. We'll show you some other biblical characters who fought by pressing, not by talking. Maybe you're here, you want to show some things to God. This season is your season. As you live here, go and ask God, what do I do for you this season? What do I give this season? Let God put it in your heart. Record it. Bring them here from tomorrow. Maybe it's money seed. Even as I'm talking now, maybe you have some money. You want to say, Pastor, for this project, I'm giving such an amount. This is where to pray and ask God for that specific thing. I'm trusting God to give nothing less than $1 million. These 4 days, nothing less than $1 million. Do I have the money in my account? No, sir, it's not there. But that is my heart. I will see that project come to fruition, because it's time to press forward. We are the Zion. We are Zion, the Church of Jesus. We are the kingdom of God here on earth, representing the kingdom of God here on earth. We cannot be embarrassed by Philistines. Hello, somebody. And as you do that, areas of your life, you are trusting God for a positive advancement. You begin to see those advancements. You will. I tell you, you will. Don't think we're here to play. As I sow my seeds, as I pray, as I worship, I'm not doing it for anything else, but to get breakthroughs in areas of my life. I need God to move. Yes, we want to buy church and land, but that's an opportunity to also have a breakthrough. We are sacrificing, yes, not just to build God a house, but to also make ways for our families, make ways for our individual lives, make ways for our children unborn, make ways for our husbands yet to come, make ways for our wives yet to come. If you want to talk to God, it's a good place to talk to God right now. Speak to God. Not emotionally. Speak to God from your heart. Speak to God from your heart. Speak to God from your heart. Hey, I can hear the church. That's how to press forward. Can I get the instrumentalists? I wish they can be sensitive. Speak to God from your heart. Church, lift up your voice. Don't be the one dying small when men are paying the price to go up. Don't be the one. You see these 4 days, except you want to tell the same story in 2020. If I were you, pay the price. Pay the price. Some people sold, I think 2 ladies, her and one other lady, just seed of 10,000 or so to buy church a new mic. What we wanted to buy was going to cost us about close to 200,000 or so. What we wanted to buy. I knew that it's not enough. I looked at 1 or 2 persons who should have seen that burden and carried it. They didn't want to carry it. Not because they can't. See, anything you don't do in the kingdom is what you can't do. It's what you refuse to do. Hello? It's the truth. Don't tell me I don't have money. You are a liar. You are alive. Something is feeding you. They brought that. It was 20,000 we got. So I said, okay, let me see what else will respond. Last Saturday, one of my friends was there to preach. While I was preaching with the mic, he was struggling. My heart broke where I was. I said, no. That was the Saturday. Then on Sunday, I came, because I couldn't find a place, of course, to buy anything that Saturday. It was in the night. On the Saturday, what did I do? On Sunday, I came to church, used that mic, he did the same thing. My heart sunk. Not even because of me. Because of my guest who came all the way. I was embarrassed with that mic. I went to the market myself again. I bought new mics. That money they gave was 20,000. It's not compared to 200,000. I bought new mics. And I bought a new digital mixer. You see, your sound is better today. Bought new digital mixers. Bought new mics. I'm not the one who paid. She's the one that used my ATM and transferred the money. Before you think I'm making up stories. Do you see things in the kingdom and receive a body? But it means nothing to you. Please, when you guys see God bless me anyhow, don't envy me. I'm paying the price. When you see God bless anybody who is doing this thing, don't envy. Go and check his altar. And I will not die doing it. You're a drummer. You have played one drum and played one drum for years. You're not thinking of giving church a new drum. You will die playing small. You will go nowhere. And the truth of the matter is, because I can't send you away, Satan will send you away. What he will do is he will enter you and make you rebel. The purpose of that rebellion is to push you out of your coverage so you don't fulfill your destiny. I found that people who sow seeds, who sacrifice, don't rebel. They don't. Because their seed protects them. Because if you rebel after you sacrifice, you will lose your harvest. So God has a way of putting covering on seed sowers so they can reap their blessing in the land on which they sow. So you're not sowing seed, you are at a risk. The attitude I see sometimes Christian practice, and I laugh. I say, where do they get these attitudes from? As Christians, this is our normal life. I've not died doing the things I'm going to do this week. And even more than I've done, and yet to do. But this is our normal life. Our God is enough. Hello. When you sing, get ready to pray. Are you ready to pray? Church, are you ready to pray? Oh my God. And as we pray,
we believe you've been transformed by the wonders of God's Word. For additional information about us, you can visit our website at www.princetonhills.org. You can also send us a mail at info@princetonhills.org or call
070-331-66762 or 081-31 555-747.
Princeton Hills Ministries, raising global leaders.